Yo, what up? Welcome to another edition of He Said, She Said. This is episode 3. Tosh, what up?
What's up?
What's cracking, man? What's cracking today?
Not much. Look, I'm dragging today. I need to pick me up. These healthy drinks ain't working. I'm always drinking water. I'm drinking sparkling water today. I'm like, maybe this will help pick it up today. I'm dragging today.
So is it doing anything for you?
Nah, I need the real stuff. 10 weeks.
So
10 weeks.
10 weeks. That's all you need. 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
And it's on and popping.
It's on and popping.
Boy, listen. So how much time do you have left before you drop your new load and you go through that new experience? Like how many?
So I got 10 weeks left.
You have 10 weeks of that. Okay.
June 9th is the due date. And when I'm 30 weeks officially today. When I tell you I got this app on my phone and I'll be like, wait, let me see. I'll be like, how many weeks left? I'm marking them days. Man.
I love it, man. Listen, yo, you a trooper, man. You a trooper. You out here still grinding, boy. You still grinding, man. Pray going all. Yo, I saw your picture the other day, a post, man. 500,000.
500,000.
To the people in the back, so the people in the back can hear. 500,000. What does that money?
500,000 books sold independently.
Come on.
Independently.
Come on. So people should be reaching out to you for some consultation to say, how can
They do. And I keep turning people away. And my husband be like, girl, if you don't start teaching some classes. And I just
See, I'm gonna hurt you. So now since we're doing this podcast, there's no way that we can allow that to happen. There's no way. So we're gonna have to set up a system so that way you guys, she's going to start training you guys on how you can sell 500,000 books independently.
Okay.
So she is she's coming out with a master class, right? So when she come out with this master class, you better sign up because it's not going to be something that she's going to do all the time. It's going to be hit or miss pockets.
Yeah.
So when she does the master class. When she does the master class, you need to be in the building. All right.
At least let me drop this load first.
Oh, you dropped the load, but you gonna drop this master class on him.
You and Virgil, look, he texting you to the side like, hey, this what you better say to her.
Hey, we think alike, man.
God, because he be on my head about teaching a class.
Yeah, you got to get it, and you got the skills. You know how to do it. You know how to talk, right? Look at us doing this, so it's not like you don't know how to do it. So yeah, you need to bless the people. You need to bless the people. I
guess I can do that.
Yeah, need to bless the people. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this topic. I'm excited about this new topic that we're about to pop off tonight, man. Today, rather, that we gonna tap into. So listen, man.
I think this a heavy hitter, ain't it?
Yeah, that's why I said, man, people need to share this post. Like it. Just share it, get it out there, right? We're on all social media platforms, and we are on every streaming, device or network, iTunes, Spotify, you name it. We are there, even SoundCloud. So we are there. So check us out on YouTube. That's where you'll find the full length video if you're seeing a clip from any other social media platform. So Tosh, man, are you ready to tap into this new one? And so you and your husband be having these dope conversations, man. Like y'all be pushing the envelope and the buttons.
We do.
Yeah, and I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. Did you say he crazy?
we yes.
I love it.
Okay,
man.
So why does he cheat versus why does she cheat? Because I believe in my mind.
Hold up, man. You gonna just drop it on the people like that? Like, why does he cheat and why does she cheat?
Come on, y'all ready?
So
Because
do you think
this
so you think that it's a different reason why men cheat versus women cheat? So you
one
really you think it's a
hundred
difference?
percent, 100%, 100%. Oh
Really?
yes, yeah. And
Okay.
my husband wasn't ready for this conversation, but I had a whole lot to say. I wish he
Okay.
was here.
So
I had a
so
lot to say.
so I'm curious. I'm curious of why I know why men cheat,
Hmm.
right? I know why men cheat. I'm
Me too.
curious. I'm
I know why
curious.
y'all cheat too.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you do. You think you do, or you know why?
I know why y'all cheat. Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm gonna be a I'm gonna be on the therapy table today. So
Okay.
I'm listening. So
Okay.
you tell me, like, what is a reason why you say that? Are you coming from the perspective of that why women cheat or why men cheat? So you gonna tell me why you think men cheat, or you gonna tell me why women cheat? Because I need to know
I,
why
you
women
know,
cheat.
I'll just speak for us women. Um,
Okay.
so I'll come from that perspective. I still want to give you my opinion about y'all,
Oh,
but
and I want to hear it. I do want
but
to hear. I do want to hear why you say that we cheat.
yeah, yeah, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna speak for my girls.
Okay.
Okay, so when women cheat, it is because, and of course, there is always an exception to the rule. But I'm gonna say this is about 90. I guess I'll say 90%. I was
Ooh.
gonna say 98%, but
Ooh. You in the
I'll give y'all
nineties.
90.
You in the
Oh heck, oh,
nineties.
absolutely.
Listen,
Women cheat.
I got my dry erase marker right
Come
here.
on,
I'm sitting
come
here. You
on,
see my dry erase? I'm taking notes.
come on, come on. When women cheat, it is because something is missing. So if all needs are being met at home with the partner, women we typically don't step out. We do not. Because for one, dealing with one man is enough in itself. So you think I'm gonna actually go out there for to look for another man, and the man that I already have is already doing everything that I want? Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. If a woman step out, it's because some need isn't being met physically, emotionally, uh mentally, something, some in some shape, form, or fashion like that. Either the dude is not giving her enough attention, he is not, he's too, quote unquote, too busy, uh he is not giving her enough affection. It is something, because women, we are not gonna rock our boat just because,
But
just because.
hold up. But you saying that women cheat because those things are missing, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
about? I believe that there are some women where things are there. Like, what if the issue is within them though? Like, they may be wanting this man to be something that he's not, right? Like, they may look at him as their dad or whatever the case. They have these unresolved issues and they still chase. It's like a junkie, right? Like, still chasing.
Absolutely. It is cases like that. However, it's usually those needs were being met, and then all of a sudden they are not. So let's say the man starts a business or something,
Yeah.
but he still has his regular 9 to 5. So that means and I'm all for, supporting you as you chase your dream and all of that, but there has to be some balance. And so when the dude is just going to work from 9 to 5, and then after he get off at 5, from 5 to whenever he's chasing after his dream, he don't have no time for her. And eventually it's like, well, so there's a need being unmet. And then that's where it gets sticky, because it's like, oh, well, if somebody else is around giving me that attention that I'm not getting from you no more, that's where maybe I start wondering. I'm not saying it's right,
No, no,
but
I
I
know, no,
am
no, no. Listen,
definitely.
I know you're not saying this right. You know what I mean, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around this of why, of just saying like that women cheat. I just think that,
Oh, Sean, because men will rock the boat even if everything is good at home.
see,
Women,
but we can say, but women do the same thing. Things could be right at the crib. I
not as
can't
often.
listen. I didn't say as often, but women will cheat even when stuff is at the crib. You even mentioned a while ago, I think on our last podcast, how what you liked about Virgil was because he was all in. He wasn't
Yep, yep,
afraid to show his tender side to you and all that type of stuff. And some
yeah,
women,
yeah.
they don't like that, right? Because they want
True, true.
because they want these little, hard swagged out dudes, the whole night. So the dudes who was nice, they miss out, right?
They
and
do.
and
Yep,
and
yep.
sometimes these women, they want somebody who will, maybe rough house and, and talk to them slick and all that type of stuff, like, yo, he too nice. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know what my man Virgil was saying, but man, when you saying
He
women
was
cheat.
really just saying that men. He agreed. He said, "Yeah, some men will cheat when things is still good," but he said that's because men are dealing with issues of their own if they're continuing to mess around with woman after woman. But his thing was, no, I ain't gonna let you say that women cheat for a reason and men don't, because
Yes,
sometimes our needs
and,
ain't being met either.
and that's
And
and
I'm
that's for
like,
real, and that's for real, and
no.
that is the case. There's a lot of dudes that do not, cheat, and not every man who cheat is because he just want to go out there and sow his royal oats. I know cats right now, like for real. I know cats right now. It's hard for them to even get some from their wife, right? So so
Yeah,
so why
yeah,
so
he
why
talked
so
about that too.
so
He
so
talked about
wife
that. Yeah,
so regardless, wife hold just say so wife holding out on him, right? And
yeah.
you may say, well, she holding out because there's no intimacy in the relationship. But my thing is like I
You
said,
know,
but
that's what I was just about to
I'm
say.
with you. But
Why is she holding out?
okay, but listen, but does that make that right? Right? But this is the thing. But is it the chicken or the egg? Like, who is going to be the one to jump over the line to say that we need to resolve this, right? Because
Yeah,
if there's no
yeah.
intimacy, so how are you? So there's no intimacy. So now my man, he like, yo, if I have these needs, these sexual needs. She's not giving them to me. I don't want to cheat. And then, Miss Wright walks along, right? She don't even know what's cracking. You know what I mean? She smell nice and she's speaking to like, yo, you know what? My man, like, you sexy, you this. And this is another thing. She can be telling him how smart he is, how bright, and his wife can be killing him how he dress. You know what I mean? How he doesn't do this, he doesn't. But this
Hmm.
lady at work is like building him up, like, yo, you so funny, you so smart. Whereas wifey, like, yo, you irritating, you always making jokes. But the girl at work, she like, yo, I like your humor.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
That
so it is reasons.
I
It,
mean, there are, but
see, look at you. You want to. See, you want to downplay ours, boy. You something else.
listen. I mean, all I'm saying is for the most part, the cases that I know and that I have seen, the women would constantly talking like, "Hey, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. This is what I need from you, blah blah blah." And the man is just not hearing her. And men have a tendency to think just because they are present that is enough. Like their mere presence is enough. And it's like, nah, bruh, that's not enough. I need you here, like present here, not just in the house. And so I think sometimes men have a tendency to say, "Oh, I go to work and I'm not out in the street, so that should be enough for her." And that's not enough. It's not. And
Is
so,
I'm with you.
you know,
Yeah, I'm with you. Right. So that I agree that that's not enough. Right. But a lot of times, I ain't gonna even say a lot of times. There are times when the wife, or I ain't gonna even say the wife, or the girl, right, like his woman, want him to be husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, make money, all these different things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And still do all of the stuff that she want to do, right? So he's like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
what do you want me? What do you want me to do? I'm out here trying to make money. I'm working all of these hours or whatever the case. Because you got to think about it. A man, one of his number one things is that he wants to provide. And if a
Yeah.
man can't
Yeah.
provide, a man that would deal with a man's psyche, and that would deal with his, the way that he view himself. Right? If he can't
Yeah.
provide, if he
Yeah.
can't, give her, he would rather not be present, as often to take care of his family than to be present more frequent to them where they struggling, because that does
I can
something
see
to
that. Yeah.
a man's mind. Like when he like, yo, I can't provide, I can't hook you up, like, yo, that challenges. Yeah, I mean, and then he may have boys who are doing well, and they
Yeah.
providing and they living their best life, and he's sitting there
Yeah.
like, man, I can't wait till that stimmy hit.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like, what I mean, I can't
Right.
wait till the stimmy hit so I can start breathing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it is. I can see that it's different reasons why different people cheat. But my only thing, I gotta agree with my man Verge on this, is that women cheat, and this is what I found out, and I'm gonna let you go. Is that there are a lot more women cheating today than ever before. And and I may not say ever before, because y'all probably have always been cheating, but y'all just was smart with it.
No,
Y'all was just
no,
smart with it.
no. I will say I don't know if there is a lot more women cheating today. I know that there are a lot more women who are less tolerant. They're less tolerant. They not taking the same stuff we took back in the day. They not taking the mess that Big Mama and them took. So these women have such it goes back to our deal breaker segment. They have all of these set of rules and all of these expectations of men, and so they ain't having it. If you ain't coming to the table with said things, then they ain't messing with you. So I think there are a lot more women who just aren't in relationships like it was back in the day. That's what I think. Or they're getting into these relationships and they don't last, because the first sign that a man is not going to do the things that they want, they out of there. So I don't know that the women are cheating like you think they are. I think the women are walking away like, I'm
Listen,
good.
listen, man, I'm telling
I'm
you.
out.
Listen, man. Tosh, I work with a lot of men, and I've created a safe place for these men to communicate and to
Yeah.
talk about some real stuff. And I have been surprised over the last 3 years of really, really going deep into this work, that
Hmm.
there's a lot of men where they come into the table like, yo, my girl, my wife, my child's mom cheated on me. And the crazy thing is that a lot of them cheated with some of their friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they say why, or they don't even know why, or don't even care why? Do
I'm
they?
quite sure they know why. Now listen, I'm quite sure they know why. And when people cheat, there's a lot of stuff that leads up to it. I don't think
Yep.
there are
It don't
many
just
people.
happen. Yep. Yep.
Right, I agree. I
Yep.
don't think that many people just wake up and just like, I'm gonna cheat today, unless they have a
Right.
sexual addiction, you know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
some of those type of things, or like my man Bird said, like, men who have some unresolved issues. And you got to think about it. I mean, like, men have always been trained and taught to pursue,
Oh yeah, yeah. Virgil
right?
talks about sexual discipline, and he always say a lot of men don't have sexual discipline,
That's
which will
true.
lead to those things as well. So
That's true.
I mean, he drills sexual discipline into our boys, into our teenage boys, because he said men don't talk about it enough.
Yes, he's
So
absolutely correct. Like, that sexual discipline, that's huge. I know
yeah,
nobody talked to
yeah,
me about sexual discipline.
right. That's what he said.
Like,
Nobody
for
talked to
real.
him
Like,
about it.
nobody talked to me about it. it's crazy. And I've talked about this before. And, my dad, it is what it is. But when I left to go to Michigan State University, my dad told me to bring home a white woman and to have as much sex as I could when I went to Michigan State.
That was the
that was
advice?
that was his rites
That
of
was your
passage.
send-off advice?
That was his rites of passage to me. And I'll be honest, I only did one of the two. Right? You know what I mean? But thing
on the flip side, I have to say my mother's advice to me was to she told me all men cheat. So never put all of your eggs in one basket, because all men cheat.
Really?
Oh, never share a bank account. Like, even once you get married, you always keep some money to the side in case something happens. And I really went into my marriage with this advice from her. Like, okay,
that is funny.
They gonna cheat. I need to make sure I got me some secret money to the side. So
Yo, yeah. That is funny, man. That is crazy. So, did that ever shift? Did that ever, how long did it take for that mindset of yours to shift?
Honestly, about 5 years into our marriage, I had a secret account and got sloppy and left my debit card out. And Virgil found the debit card and was like, yo, like, where does card come from? And what is this account? We don't have no account at Bank One. And whose account? This your name? And I was just like, oh. And when stuff hit the fan, I was like, well. And then he said the smartest thing. He was like, not to be disrespectful or nothing, but how you taking advice from your mama and you've been married longer than her? And I'm like, oh. And he's like, you'd have had a way more successful relationship than her. She ain't with your daddy, and she just getting married to the man she with, and you taking advice from her? And I'm like, oh, okay.
So that was when
that was where the light bulb went off for me. Like, and then he kept saying, he was like, when women have, little secret accounts and all of that, he's like, y'all already planning the divorce. And I'm like, no, they trying to protect themselves. He's like, no, you already planning for our downfall. And he just gave me this whole new perspective where I was like, damn, okay.
Yes, and that I would 100%, 1,000% agree that that's what you do. That was my thing, right? Nobody told me that, but when we first got married, Leah and I was adamant about us having our own accounts. We could have a house account to pay bills, but we had our own accounts. She didn't have access to this one, and I didn't have access to hers, and it was what it was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But some years have gone by, and then I had to shift my way of thinking.
Okay.
To where we shifted, and some people disagree, right? And my thing is, even when I counsel people,
they disagree with us,
right? When I counsel people, I'm like, yo, you got to do what's best for you. So where now is that we have several accounts, but we have access to every single account.
Us
right?
Too. Yeah.
We have access to every single account. Now, I will say, about 3 years ago, she did have an account that I didn't know about. So it was with the same bank. She was like, I just put that in there, and, forgot all about it. Like, It wasn't that much in there, but it was enough to make me say, So she was like, no. Yeah. She was like, no, I just had it for a long time. I just never really used it. It's like, yeah, I put my name on that today.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we like to put money to the side to save for us.
Listen, no, you don't need that. You can use, I don't micromanage. You can go in account, you can go spend today if you want to. And I'm not gonna be like, why you do that? No.
Right.
Put the money in the account. If we gonna be on one, put the money in the account. You don't have to come in here hiding bags and
that's how we operate.
Secretly. No.
Yeah.
Because what happened, and that's where I think that some people can start leading to cheat when you start living that secret
Yep.
life.
It
You mean you
becomes
being
so easy to keep
yes.
one secret turn into another secret, and about where you going and where you shopping, and it does lead to
It,
other stuff, I
it
believe.
does, man. So when I think about why men cheat, I mean it's for many reasons, right? But one of the things that I want to go back to that I said is that we have been sexualized. Like, well, women have been sexualized, but society has um made women to be these objects, and men are
Hmm.
supposed to go after them and to
Yeah.
pursue and to
Hmm.
conquer. I mean, even from when I was a little kid, like everybody wanted that girl. And so we were
Yeah.
all going after that girl, or whatever the case,
Yep.
right? And so
Yep.
then when one of us finally get with her, it was just like, okay, who's gonna be the first to break her virginity, or what? It was just
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
whole pursuit. And so when you're around your friends, that's what you're always trying to do. Like, how many you have? Like, where girls back in the day, they wanted to keep it on one hand, or not even one hand.
Right.
Like,
Oh, heck
you're just
yeah.
like, the
Yeah.
less is more. And dudes like,
Yeah.
yo, I need your hands and his
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
Yep.
the more you had made you better, right? And so what
Yep.
happens, Tosh, what I believe, men are so sexually driven, and it's almost like weed, right? Where people say you can't be addicted to weed. It is what it is. I don't know. I ain't tripping. You, if it's not addictive, what will happen is that you can create a habit,
Yep. Yep.
right? So it's a
Yep.
habit, something that you do that's on autopilot. So my thing is that if you have been pursuing so long and you're always thinking about the next one and the next one, and you never learned how to
Yep.
be at peace with this one. So when you get the one, it's like, yeah, this is what I want as my main, right? This is my
Yeah. Yeah.
main. This is my number one, but
Yeah.
I need to have my others over here because I still need to do that pursuit thing, right? And a lot of
Yeah.
that is started from when we were kids, and
Hmm.
it's hard to just turn off when you get older, where women were demonized and told like you don't have sex, you wait till you get married and you only have one, and don't let them
Yeah.
do this. And but whereas
I
men,
totally agree.
right,
I
and where
agree.
men, they like, yo, you go out there, how many you got? Like, yo,
Yeah.
I mean, you get her and her friend. You need to have a menage a trois. You need to have, oh, you ain't had one of those yet? You didn't, right? So they put that in your mind.
Yep.
So
Yep.
then, so then now when this man want to be a husband, a lot of times
Yeah.
he don't know how.
Right.
Because his
Right.
daddy didn't know how. His daddy
Nope.
had multiple
Nope.
kids outside the marriage.
Yep. 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 And
Right?
that's what made me say that, in just exactly what you just said. They saw their dad do it, daddy saw his daddy do it, and so on and so on. And you will see mama at the house cooking, cleaning, taking care of all the kids, trying her best to be all that she can be for the man, and then he still will step out.
Or
And
or she
so
or she waiting for the mailman to come, or the milkman.
whatever.
He ain't home. Daddy ain't home.
That's where
Mailman,
she get
mama, mailman here.
that little side money from. She get
Yeah.
that from from the mailman. Shoot.
Yeah.
But because you will see a man, and I mean, of course, on the outside looking in, we'll say, "Dang, she had the looks, the body or whatever, the job, she would check off everything on a list, and he still stepped out on her." And so you'll hear women say, "Well, dang, if she get cheated on, I know I'm gonna get cheated on." And so I think that is the mentality of a lot of women, and maybe where even my mom's thinking came from, that no matter what you do, um, it's hard to keep a man happy. And I guess even hearing me say how I feel, I took on some of that the way she thought because of the things that I have seen. However, I will say in my own house, Virgil has switched some of that for me. Even through some of the stuff we've been through, he has switched my mentality, but I still have seen more men cheat on what I thought was a good woman than a woman that wasn't doing her part, I guess.
Yeah.
And then flip flop, where a woman stepped out just because dude he just wasn't there,
Yeah.
mentally or physically.
And and I can say the same thing for, for women. A lot of times I think they get with men that they were sexually attracted to.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that they
Oh,
were
yeah,
sexually attracted to.
yeah.
And then now when they close, like the picture is always different when it's afar off. Right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's a
Oh, yeah.
beautiful, you don't see any flaws when it's afar off.
What
But
they
once
call
you
it, a
get close,
Monet.
would you say?
And a Monet.
Yes.
From far away, it's beautiful, and
Yes.
up close, it's like, ooh, yeah,
Yes. So when
yeah,
you get close, you like, oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I needed, because they are caught up in the facade of what they think that they want. And they don't even know
yep.
what they want.
They don't. That's why you will see all these girls on social media. They taking girls trips and they posting pictures. They out with their girls. You never see them with a man. They always with their girls. And then, boom, they announcing that they pregnant. And then you still don't see the dude. And then now they on the single mama train, like, trying to really glorify being a single mom, which I give it up to single mothers, but no one chooses that. No one wants that. And that's exactly why, because they don't give it a chance. They don't get to know these men. I don't think they even know what they want out of men themselves. They don't even know their own self, and so it just creates a whole bunch of chaos.
It does, man. It does. It creates a whole lot of chaos. And I think and I've run across a lot of men who are super dope, husbands and the whole nine. And a lot of times, man, a lot of men don't have that support circle to hold them accountable.
Yep,
Right?
yep,
Like
yep,
like my crew, like my intimate friends, like, yo, that's a standard. Like none of
yeah,
my friends are gonna call me. Like my friends that I call my friends. None of my
yeah,
friends are gonna call me and even talk about how they hit somebody else off, or
yep.
they may talk about some of their challenges of what they're struggling with,
Right,
right? But
right,
like, yo, talk me off
right.
the ledge. But none of them gonna like, yo, let's go on a trip. Let's go do this. Yo, I seen this. I seen the fatty.
Yep,
Let's
yep, yep,
none of that. I mean, because I
yep.
know what my struggle was, and I
Mm-hmm.
know that I don't need those individuals in my life to help
Yep,
entice what I already can
yep,
see with my eye.
yep,
Right? I
yep,
don't need any more added pressure. You know what I mean?
yep.
And so again, man, a lot of men cheat because of what, and I'm not blaming it on, that alone, but that has a
No, but
lot,
I agree
but
with
that
you.
has a lot to do with
Yeah, yeah.
why men cheat and start pursuing other women. They may be, and with a guy, and you guys know this, is just like a guy, a lot of times he doesn't have to have an emotional connection to a woman to cheat. It's all about the hunt. It's all about, that's that desire. I want that
Mhm,
piece.
mhm,
Once I get it,
mhm.
I'm done. You mean that
Yeah,
you conquered,
yeah,
right? So it's just been ingrained in that. And most men that are dope men, they are faithful, right? Like they like,
yeah,
yo, I'm this is what I want and I'm done. Like
yeah,
I don't need
yeah,
anything else. So so that's my thing, why I think men cheat, and I go back to even how I said, one of my dudes, man, is just like, well, a couple of them where wifey is holding out, and now you putting that man in a position to where he's feeling like, yo, I don't want to do this, but I have this desire.
yeah. And let
And
me
then
just say, I hate when women do that. I hate when women try to use sex as you know,
as a
a
gatekeeper,
weapon.
as
Yeah,
a weapon.
I cannot. Yeah, I can't stand that. I really can't. And I'm all for if I'm not in the mood today, I don't want you pressuring me or whatever. So women have that right to say today is just
Yes.
I'm not in. But to just use it against men, no, I can. I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do hear a lot of women say that that's what they do.
And
So
and sometimes, man, sometimes the women, I blame some of the women for it, right? From this standpoint, from with men, is that they allow them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So when my man cheats or he do something, he need to be held accountable. And so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times women just will allow that to continue and
Yep.
continue and continue and continue. And then my man, like, yo, if I'm gonna get over it, I know what to say to make her put down her guard. I'm like, yo, you already know that this joke is no good.
Yep. Yep.
You already know this
Hold
joke
his
is no
butt
good.
accountable. Leave him alone. Because it's a pattern. So,
You know what's
ugh.
funny? You know what's funny is and maybe you can help me out with this, right? Of people who may cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they wind up being with the person they were cheating with.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, how do you think that that relationship is going to be strong when y'all met each other through a cheat?
Yep. Yep.
So do you really think that that relationship that you guys established is going to really, really work?
Yeah, and that's always my question. And it's usually the woman that I my question is to the woman. Like, he cheated on his woman to be with you. And so you don't think he gonna do that to you next? But they really truly don't. Because I think that where women go wrong a lot of times is they think they can change men. They think
Yep.
they're different. They think, oh, I had something she didn't have, or I'm meeting a need that she wasn't. And I'm like, girl, please. That dude was insecure, and you were stroking it. It's a part of his ego. Maybe she was not. And so, what happens when you stop stroking that part of the ego? He gonna find
Yes.
somebody to replace your tail. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's going to happen. Because he's gonna get bored with you, right?
yeah,
He
and
gonna
move to
be
the next one.
he gonna be bored with you, and he's gonna go on to the next one. So yeah, man. So it's interesting, man, of why women cheat and why men cheat. And I would love to hear other people. We need to have some other
I
people on the
definitely
panel
would like
to,
to hear some more
yeah, we need to have
people
some guests
chime in.
on with us to have this conversation to see what their perspectives is about it. You know what I mean? On
Yep.
about this, because this is huge, right? And not only, okay, now that you cheat, how do you recover?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you recover? Can you recover? Should you
Right.
recover? Should you leave?
Right. Right.
Right? So
Right.
yeah, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is good, man. So in a nutshell, you so in a nutshell, so why do women cheat? You said that something is missing, that you believe that they
there
cheat
is some
because
there is some need that is not being met physically, mentally, emotionally. There is something that is missing that maybe they were getting from the man before, and now some type of distraction has taken him away from that, or he has gotten too comfortable and he is no longer meeting that need.
and I'm gonna say that's the same reason why men cheat. I'm not gonna say that they
Don't be
cheat.
trying to steal my answer.
Hey, listen, because I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna fall it into that we as men cheat because we just want to be horn dogs. I tell you why
But there
some men
are
are horn.
some.
I would, but this is my thing. I told you why some men are very promiscuous is because
Yeah.
of what they have experienced and what they see and how society, amplify it, right? How they
Yeah.
amplify, right? And then, then you have access to all types of stuff on the internet. And then, you go home, your girl
Social
or whatever,
media, a whole nother ball game.
it's a whole nother ball game. Whole nother ball game. So yeah, nah, this is interesting. So you had a question of what?
I do.
Yeah. So what do this is the he said she said segment. He said she
So,
said.
to play off of today's topic, when men say, and this is talking about the men that just be stepping out, even when the wifey or girl is doing what she's supposed to do at home,
Okay.
that the main chick, I mean that the side chick, she didn't mean nothing to him. Even though she done looked up, the call log, and she see all of these times that they were talking. She see all these little text messages that they exchanged, stuff in the inboxes, maybe pictures, whatever. And then he says, but she didn't mean nothing. You the main one. She didn't mean nothing. It was something I was doing. What does he mean?
He mean exactly what he mean. She is nothing. She is a she's a good time. She's a good time. That's exactly when. So it's not to read into it, not to read into it any more than that. If he say she was nothing or whatever, 90% of the time she was really nothing, right? To where it was just like, yo, this was somebody who I was having, sex with. I didn't want it to go any further than where that is right now. She is just somebody to have a good time. So that's what he mean when he say that. So my question to you is, what does it mean when women say that same thing? What is she saying?
Ladies, I'm sorry, because I got to be honest and transparent. And of course, there's always exceptions to the rules, but the total opposite. The total opposite. Yeah, yeah. Because again, it goes back to what I just said. Women, we do not cheat just to cheat. We just don't. And so when a woman is seeking out a male to fulfill a need that is not being met, feelings tend to become intertwined. So if now this man is giving me and not even just sex, just physical touch, or complimenting me and making time to talk to me on the phone, it's some feelings getting involved. So if she's texting back and forth and talking, oh yeah, she's going to say he means nothing, because she probably, 9 times out of 10, she wants you over him, because she wanted you to do those things that she's getting from him. But yeah, she didn't cause some feelings for him, definitely, because he was meeting those needs that you were not meeting.
Really?
And yeah. I would say, but she's not going to admit that, because for one, we know men and their egos, and I think that
wait, so they will withhold that information because of the male ego. You saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And because I believe that a woman can forgive a man for cheating easier and quicker than a man can forgive a woman. Like when women cheat, it's like, oh my God, it's the world's worst.
I agree.
And women,
to a man, kissing is almost like
even texting. Yeah, and even texting and
yes,
and you see some feelings and nice words being exchanged. Men can't handle that. Men can't handle it. Women, we can forgive easier for those indiscretions, quicker than the men can. So that's why, and especially if I still want to be with you, I am not going to admit that, yeah, I did feel something for him. However, I still would prefer to be with you and make things work with us. But oh yeah, it was definitely some feelings. It was definitely not too many women just out there giving up the booty to some dude she don't care nothing about.
Oh, women. She just dropped some jewels on us. So men, did you hear that? So what we gonna have to do, on our next segment or something like that, we gonna have to talk about how to keep your man, and how to keep your woman. That's what that's what we gonna talk about in the next segment. We gonna talk about how to keep your man and how to keep your woman. So
yes. This one was heavy.
yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, again, man, leave a comment below, share this, get the word out. Go like and subscribe to our page on YouTube and even on Facebook. And told you we are on all social media platforms. So make sure you that you grow with us, right? Make sure you grow with us. Yo, Tosh.
Women, chime in. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Do you agree with me or not? Chime in, please.
And let us know what some other topics you want us to tap into and what type of things you want us to talk about. So, Yeah, I love it. Tosh, once again, another episode in the books.
Another one in the books.
Yeah, let's get it.
This is great.
See you guys next week.
All right.